Well, it's the number one killer of all dreams. I do it, you do it, we all do it. And if we want to stop procrastinating, then we've got to start with the smaller tasks. People put off tasks that they don't want to do. And that's the essence of procrastination, isn't it? Today I'm going to be sharing with you how and why many people procrastinate, and starting with the smaller tasks just as much as the bigger ones. And stay tuned because I'm going to take you through the emotional reasons of why we procrastinate. Hello beautiful, I'm Damien Munro, Heal Your Life teacher trainer for Australia and New Zealand. Now, if you think of procrastination as a habit, which most likely it is, then you can take steps to dissolve this habit. But it's much easier to dissolve smaller habits and do it consistently than to try and tackle a larger habit, right? I'm sure you've tried to break an old habit before and it hasn't happened. So try to set up a system that you can use which helps with the smaller tasks. For example, dedicate Mondays to clearing out unwanted or unread emails. And then you can set aside some time on Tuesdays to catch up on the latest news and information you find important. Wednesday can be used to answer voicemails and return calls as needed and so on. So if you want to do this on a granular level, such as every day, you can do that. But what if you don't want to? Then try to dedicate each week of the month towards some task. Now, I know this can be difficult if the tasks are small and don't require a whole week to complete. So just experiment and try to figure out what works best for you. But once you find that you start tackling the smaller tasks, they can be like little stepping stones for getting the larger tasks complete. After all, most of the tasks that you've got to do during a given day are interrelated with one another. So the good news is when you complete a bunch of smaller tasks, certain aspects of the larger one may already be complete. So that's step number one. Figure out a system for dealing with the tasks. Now, because procrastination is a habit, we must commit to dissolving it. This means we've got to be consistent with our actions until the point where we aren't procrastinating anymore. So the first few weeks or days are the tough parts. And as we learn new ways of thinking and doing things, we might remember one day and then forget the next. So when you notice this happens, don't beat yourself up. I really want you to encourage yourself to keep going. Remind yourself that you're learning something new and congratulate yourself every little step forward you make in your progress. Criticism breaks your inner spirit and praise builds it up. So think of it this way. If you spoke to a small child the way you criticized yourself for not getting it perfect the first time, they'd never try anything new. Remember, babies stand up and fall down and stand up and fall down when they learn to walk. If they gave up the first time that they fell down, then none of us would have learned how to walk. It does get easier as long as you keep taking action and keep going. But as well as procrastination being a habit, there's a much more insidious emotional cause. And after working with thousands of people in workshops and speaking engagements and one-on-one coaching with people, I've discovered there's one common pattern amongst all procrastinators. And that is procrastination has everything to do with believing we're simply not good enough. It's another way of saying, I don't deserve, and delaying our good from coming into our lives. After all, if we felt that we were good enough, as we are, or believed we did deserve the end result of the actions that we've been putting off, then there'd be no need to procrastinate. So another useful thing to do when we procrastinate and put things off is to ask ourselves, what am I getting out of delaying? Or why do I believe that I'm not good enough or don't deserve to have this in my life? The good thing is once we overcome the inner belief of not being good enough or deserving, then we can move on with the doing, and it gets a whole lot easier. Now, what if you've got too many small tasks to begin with? First, you've got to figure out if it was self-inflicted or truly the result of someone else giving you too much to do, like your boss or your manager or a partner or whatever. Now, if you're the culprit and you've piled too much on yourself, then you need to figure out which tasks are important and which ones you can let go of. But if your manager or your boss is responsible, then you need to speak with them. Also, try to ask for help. Delegate the tasks whenever you can. It's strong and empowering to ask for help. Go for the good in your life. Know that you've got my permission to have what you want. You do deserve to be happy. Stay beautiful, and remember, I love you. Go on, beautiful, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and remember, if you haven't done so yet, please sign up for my free coaching video series at www.damienmunro.com/free. And I look forward to sending you my free 4-part coaching video series. Get it today, and I'll see you in there. Have a great day, stay beautiful, and remember, I love you.